Hi besties, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be diving deep into data entry, and this is going to be a full step-by-step course for absolute beginners. So if you have zero skills, if you don't know how to use computer, but you want to become a certified data entry specialist, this video is for you because today I'm going to teach you every tools that you need to know to become a certified data entry specialist. I don't want you to listen to people who say you don't need any skills for data entry. That is not true. See, I understand that being a data entry specialist is one of the easiest way to make money online, but you still need to know the right tools and technique. And that is what I'm going to be teaching you today. And at the end of this video, you don't need to take any course on data entry, as this will be enough to kickstart your career. And at the end of this video, I will be sharing with you top websites to get data entry jobs within a week or two. So you want to stick with me till the very end. Don't skip any part, because everything I share will actually help you as a beginner. And if you think you know how all this thing works, I bet it with you that there are some certain things that you don't know they exist or can make your life easier as a data entry specialist. But before we dive into the practical aspect of it, let's first understand who a data entry specialist is and what they actually do.
A data entry specialist is someone who types and organizes information on a computer for specialists. Now, in a layman word, what does this mean? It means that some companies want to hire you to make internet research for them. Like you're going to make internet research for them, search for any information and input it into a spreadsheet, which means they don't have time to go and surf the internet. For example, now they might be looking for, let's say, some companies to actually reach out to, and they want you to search for those companies, search for their emails, their phone numbers, and you're going to go online, search for all these things and input it into a spreadsheet. You might actually think this thing is actually very simple, right? I can actually do it. My dear, there are some tools that you still need to know how to use for you to be able to solve internet correctly. So I'm going to show you how to search on Google, some tools to use, and also the easiest way in which new data entry specialists are now using to actually, make research on whatever task that they give to them. So I want you to stick till the very end. So without wasting much of our time, let's dive right into the tutorial.
So the first thing I want you to do is to go to typing.com. Basically, we are going to be using this website to actually learn how to type, because as a data entry person, you need to understand how to type faster. It is not just about I know how to type on my phone. No, you need to be very sure, because as a data entry specialist, you need to be very fast with your typing. You get what I'm saying? So come here, sign up. I'm actually going to log in because I already signed up already. So once you sign up, this is what you're going to see. So I want you to start with beginners level or intermediate, depends on how good you are with typing. So for beginners, like I said, this is actually for beginners. Once you click on the beginner, it's going to show here. So here you're going to see start, not resume, but because I've already started, that is why it is telling me to resume. So I'm going to click on resume. Now, this is where you are going to see after you click on start or resume. Now, it's telling us to type the F key. You need to place your hand the way this thing is actually asking you to place your hand, so that I can actually get better at it. You get what I'm saying? So now let's click on F. Then this is actually going to show. So you need to click on press enter to begin. So just click on this enter button and you're going to see this. Just follow the prompt to practice F F F J F F FJ, just keep practicing till you get better, because you want to be very, very fast. You get, so can you see you earn 3/3 star for accuracy? So just take your time, don't rush until you get better. So the very first skills you want to learn is how to type efficiently, and also how to place your hand on your keyboard. You get what I'm saying? So that's the first place you should check to learn how to type first. Now, the next thing we want to learn is how to use a Google spreadsheet. Google spreadsheet. Now, the question is, how can I navigate this Google spreadsheet? I'm going to be showing you how to navigate it. The very first thing you want to do, let's open this up. Can you see this hamburger sign? Look at my mouse and follow my mouse. This is my mouse, so now follow it. This place, just click on it. You're going to see Google Apps. So now these are all the Google Apps that we have. So this is the spreadsheet that I'm using, Google Sheet. This sheet is also called Google Spreadsheet. So short form for sheets. So just click on it. So once you click on it, it's actually going to show you this. You're going to see this, then you're going to see this. So just click on blank spreadsheet. See, as a data entry specialist, you need to know how to use Google Spreadsheet. I know most people might be like, should be Google Spreadsheet, it is just to type, it is just to do this. My dear, no. Although Google Spreadsheet remains one of the top tools that you need to know in order to, you know, to be a data entry specialist, because this is where we actually be inputting all your data, all the research that you've made so far. So it is another thing to know how to input things into spreadsheets. It's another thing to know how to format it very well as a professional. So all these things are what I'm going to be showing you today. Like, you're going to learn everything about Google spreadsheet, like everything you need to know as a data entry specialist, and how to format spreadsheets correctly. But before we use the spreadsheet, how do you search for all these things? For example, let's use this as an example. Let's assume your client asks you to look for, let's say, a top 10 logistics company in Chicago, or your client asks you to search for anything. Now, I want you to understand this as a data entry specialist. If your client is asking you to provide options, like top 10 logistic company in Chicago, or look for top 10 CEOs in this particular industry, anything that has to do with you listing something or providing options, Google spreadsheet should be your go-to. Google spreadsheet is still the same thing as Excel, but upgraded Excel. Exactly. Google spreadsheet should be your focus. Anything that has to do with you providing option. But if it has to do with you, let's say making research, providing summary, that is where you want to use Google Docs. The same thing that we know as what's it called? Microsoft Word. Do you get what I'm saying? Exactly. So now let's start with trying to search for something. Like, let's make it practical. So for example, now let's search for, let's say, top 10 yes, let's use logistics. Top 10 logistic companies in Chicago. So what you want to do is to head over to your Google Chrome again and search for top 10 logistic, or you can even search for logistics company in Chicago, and just type enter. Now, all these options, see, look at all these options. Look at them. Those are the logistics company in Chicago. So what you have to do is just to take your time and see the one, maybe that have good rating, depends on what your client is actually looking for. Because as a data entry specialist, you must know how to use Google Chrome. And this Google Chrome is where you search for anything you need on Google. When they say Google something, this is what Google something means. Just type in whatever you want, or whatever you are searching for, and to actually show you all the options. So now, let's assume we want to use this one, this Lincoln Wood Moving Company. Let's open it up. Now, the first thing we want to do before we even start inputting anything is to name our spreadsheet. Can you see this one is saying untitled spreadsheet? So we want to name it. What are we searching for? Logistic companies in Chicago. Now, what are the information that you need that your client is asking you to look for in these companies in Chicago? So the first thing you want to do is to know their name, the website, which is very, very important. So you're going to be inputting it into these columns. So websites, you're going to click on the next one, this column C. What else are we looking for? Let's say address. Come to the other side here, phone number. What else do you think we should look for? Let's search for their emails. So now, these are the information that your client is actually asking you to do what? To search for. Now, I want to show you something real quick. If you notice that these numbers is actually longer than this column, you get, like, it actually wants to cover this column. So just come here. You see the line between D and E, just drag it. It will actually give you that space that you need. That's why I said just listen very, very carefully so that you can understand all these things that I want to teach you. It is not just about imputing things. I'm going to be teaching you how to format it and how some things works here on the Google spreadsheet, so they don't call you novice. Now, what are we looking for? Don't forget, logistic company. So what is the name of this logistics company? Let's see. USA Moving and Storage. That is the name of this logistic company. So I'm looking for where we can actually copy it. Okay, USA moving and storage, that is the name. So we are going to copy this now and we are going to paste this. You can actually paste this by coming under this name section and click Control V to paste. Control V to paste. If you notice, this USA moving and storage actually overwrites to B. But I want to tell you that it doesn't cover what is inside the B, but it's just showing as if it covers the B section. So what you want to do, like we did the other time, just come to this middle side between A and B, this head. Look at my mouse and just look here and just drag. Can you see how we are able to do this and just drag? Now the next thing we want to do is to actually copy the website link. Now this is the website. We are going to copy this. Come here. Let's just close this one and paste the website link here. Can you see how long the website link is? Can you see how long it is? Remember what I said the other time that you should drag, but if you drag this one, can you see that it's very, very long? So the best thing you can actually do in this one is to actually do what? Click on this, just click on this, and you can actually come here, just come here. You see this test wrapping is actually in two ways. Come to this test wrapping and click on the middle one, wrap. Can you see how it actually wraps the website link without it affecting this one? But another way which you can actually do this, if you want to rectify what we did, we'll just click on Ctrl Z and it will actually rectify this. Sorry. Another thing we can do, because remember I said for the fact that it's actually covered this C, D, and E column does not mean that we cannot write anything in this C. If you click on this C, you see nothing is there. But this thing is just long that make us think that it actually override what is inside this column. So what we are going to do now is just to ignore this thing, just ignore it. Come to address. Let's go and look for the address. What I'm saying is going to make sense very soon. So don't worry about it. What is their address? 720. This address, their location. So we're going to copy this. We're going to come here, come to this address, and just paste this here. Can you see? So this actually didn't cover it. It just showed that it's covering it. So you don't have to worry about it. Now look at this location. This one is actually longer. So and if we drag it like this, it's not going to make our this thing looks well formatted. So let's return it back. And how can we do it? Just click on this. Remember what we did the other time? Come to this text wrapping. Look at my mouse. Come there and click on wrap. It will actually wrap this and make it look more formatted. So we can actually come here, like drag it a little bit or return it back, depends on how you want it. Now the phone number. Now I want you to pay close attention to this phone number. So now let's copy the phone number and paste it here. Now come here and click on paste. Can you see the moment I paste is actually giving me error? We are going to try it again because I actually want to show you guys something. I'm going to paste the number again. Can you see what it's showing me? Minus 3300, and that's not what we are typing. And why this is that is because we actually started with plus, with the plus one sign. Plus one sign means, US phone number. So now how do we achieve this thing without having this error? Now the very first thing you want to do before you type in the number is to type the apostrophe sign, then you now paste the phone number. Then it's going to show correctly. Can you see? Because you cannot start writing things on Excel or spreadsheet with plus sign unless you want to do all this coding. Because if we start with this plus, let's see it again. Can you see it's actually giving us error? So what you want to do is to first type in the apostrophe. So I'm going to do it again, the apostrophe, and then paste the number. Then it's going to show here. Can you see what I'm saying? Now the next thing is their email. This is their email, info@usmoving.com. So we are going to copy the email address. Let's say copy email address. Come here and paste the email. Remember, this one is also long. What did I say we will do? You can actually drag like this. If you don't want to drag because it is too long, just click on this icon, on this column. Come here, remember, test wrap, then click on the middle wrap. Then you are going to see this. Now, let's assume that you have to set for, let's say, 10, like 10 of this. So just go to Google and start searching. But for the sake of this class, I'm just going to just drag this one down to actually cover everything. So now let's believe that we've searched for all the things your client actually asked you to search for. See, as a novice, they will actually leave it like this and just share it with their client. But if you want to be, can I say, organized and make your work look more presentable, there are actually several ways in which you can actually do this. So I'm actually going to teach you the simplest way in which you can actually format this very well. And I want you to understand something. When it comes to Google spreadsheet, you see all these lines that you are seeing, they are not real, they are invisible. They are visible like this, but they are not real. They are just there to guide us from one columns to rows and everything. You get what I'm saying? So now, how do you format this as a data entry specialist? So let me just zoom in it back so that you can see what I'm saying. Now, the first thing we want to do, let me just delete this part so that you can see it very well at a glance. Let me delete this part. I just hope you are getting what I'm saying. Now, what you want to do now, let me zoom this in. Come here and highlight the only parts that you need. And what I did was I actually put my mouse here and I drag to highlight. Do not highlight everything, just highlight the section that you need. Now I want you to come to this format section and click on alternating colors. Can you see? Now you can select any style that you want, any colors that you want. Then after that, click on done. Then you're going to see this. Remember, it is still highlighted, but in a situation whereby it is not highlighted again, just come here and just highlight it again. Remember what I did the other time? I drag my mouse to actually highlight the section that I need. Now we're actually going to go to this border sign. Can you see borders? Click on it and click on all borders. Can you see how presentable our work is? Now the next thing you want to do is to actually highlight the top here. Just highlight. You can just click on this one sign. Can you see this number one beside the name? Just click on it to highlight it and click on bold to actually make it, bolder than the rest of the thing. B for bold. You get what I'm saying? Now if you want to increase the font, just come here. This is the font size, so you can click on the plus sign to make it bigger, or you can click on the minus sign to make it smaller, or if you have a particular size in mind, you can choose 10. And you can also choose, if you want it to be more smaller, you can choose 7. No, depends on what works. Can you see? And if you actually want to return things back to what they are, just click on Control Z. So this is what we have. I actually increased the headline with the headings you get. Now another thing that I actually want to teach you when it comes to data entry is that, let's assume that you are to call these people, like you are to call them to see which one is actually better. Let's assume after you've made this research, then ask you that, call them and see the one that you think we can actually go for. There are several ways in which you can actually go about it. You can come here again and maybe type notes as the heading and start putting the notes here and whatever. But one thing I actually want to teach you now is how to add a checklist, so that when you call them, or let's say you are tracking who you've called, and instead of you just typing in called, you get what I'm saying, you can actually use a checklist. Now, what is a checklist and how can we find it? Just click on the column in which you want the checklist to be, click on it, then come to this insert. Then you're going to see what we call checkbox. You see? So let's assume you've called this person now. All you just have to do is just to check the checkbox. Can you see that? Okay, I've called this person. It is used to actually track what you've done in a very simple way. And another thing is that you can actually uncheck it as well. You get, so if you want this checklist to be everywhere, instead of you trying to go in and start doing it manually, like just come in here and click on and checkbox, all you have to do is just to click on one. Can you see the small arrow, that small blue arrow? Just drag it down and it will actually filter everything, you see. And if you want to put this border like the way we did it, remember, highlight it, come to this border and click on all border, then it's going to give it a border. So whenever you've called them or you are tracking them, just click on check, check, check. It actually makes you look more organized and more efficient. Now the next thing I'm going to be showing you is how to achieve a drop down. Now what is a drop down? Don't worry, it doesn't have to make sense, but by the time I'm explaining to you and I'm doing it, you will understand. Now we've made the research. Now let's assume you've called them. Maybe you want to get quotations and things like that, whatever the result is. But let's shall you know, show you what the drop down is. Come here to where you want the drop downs to be. Come to insert and click on drop down. Then you're going to see this option. It is going to make sense. Let's assume that you've called them and let's say they are a good deal for us. Like you can say good, bad, worse, like whatever you want to be. You get what I'm saying? So we can actually just put option one, good. Then we'll come to this color section. Let's choose good. Let's say good is blue. Let's say bad is actually red. You get what I'm saying? You can actually add another item. You can say fair. Let's assume you have to actually carry out an assessment on them. Let's say fair is actually, let's say blue. Then you click on done. Can you see? Then check this one. Can you see this thing that is showing here? Let me zoom so that you can see what I'm saying. This is what we call a drop down. Then you can actually just select which one is good. This one is good. You see what I'm saying? Instead of you having to type the code, and even you can actually do it per department. Let's assume this is a different department and you want to, make this make sense. So what we are going to do first, let's Control Z because we actually want it to be everywhere. Remember what we did the other time? We're actually going to come here and drag it down so that all this drop down can be there. So now let's assume we've called this company and they are good and we can move forward with them. I can actually just click on the drop down, click on good. If this is bad, I can say bad. If this is fair, I can say fair. Can you see without me having to type and type, this actually makes your work look more organized. And as a data entry person, you must know how to use all this drop down. And another best example that I can actually use is let's assume you want to grade someone. Let's say excellent, good, bad. You get what I'm saying? You can actually use this drop down as well. Or you have the list of someone because at times, as a data entry person, you might be saddled with the responsibilities of searching, let's say, for companies or let's say CEOs, and your client will actually tell you that, oh, all these people you're actually trying to search for, let me know if they are CEOs, if they are HRs, or if they are an operation manager. You can actually do this drop down to have all these things so that in front of their name you can actually just select, oh, this is HR, this is that. So it makes your work more easier and it makes your data entry even more organized and look more professional than the first one we saw. You get what I'm saying? So now let me zoom this back in. You can just come here and just click on 100 so you can see it very well. If you want to zoom it in, just click on 125 to make it more bigger. Depends. Now, can you guys see how formatted this our spreadsheet is? Do you guys see? Though that is why you need to know how to format this very well, how to input the borders, how to use the checklist, how to use the what's it called, the drop down section. Another thing I'm going to be showing you now is that let's assume you are done with this research. You've make your research, you've input everything. Now you want to share it with your client. You need to understand how sharing works here on Google Spreadsheet. Unlike Excel that you can just save and just send the file to your client, this is actually the easiest way to share this thing. Just click on this share button. Share button. Click on this share button. Then once you click on it, can you see this is actually restricted? So as a data entry person, you want to ensure this is restricted. What restricted means is that if someone actually have a link to this spreadsheet, they won't be able to open it. You can only give access to those that you just want them to do what? To have access to this. So for the sake of this class, I'm going to be giving access. Let me just look for one email. Let's see. Toib. Let's say toib@gmail.com. Let's see. It might actually not work. toib@gmail.com. Now you can you see the moment you type in the person's email, it's asking you if you want to give the person editor access. Editor access means that if the person have access to this link, the person can edit whatever you've done before. So if it is your client, you want to give them editor access. But if it is someone that you just want them to vet it, you can actually give the person what? A viewer access. You get what I'm saying? The commenters can actually comment, but they cannot edit or make any changes. You get what I'm saying? So guys, so all you have to do is just click on send. But I'm not going to send this because I don't want to send it to anybody. So you need to know the kind of access you want to give the person, if it is viewer, commenter, and editor. And another thing you can do in order to share this with someone is, let's assume you've shared the access, but you want to give the person the link for easy access. just come here, click on the share access again, the share button, and click on copy link, so that when the person paste this link into their Google Chrome, or they just click on it wherever they are just going to see exactly what you are seeing. Unlike before, can I say Excel that you need to save and attach it as a file. Here you just need to share the link to the person to actually review it. You get what I'm saying? But if you want to download this, let's say as a PDF or as a Google Docs format, just come to this file section here, click on file, and click on download. It's going to ask you, do you want to download as Microsoft Excel, as PDF, or whatever? So let's assume we want to download as PDF. Let's go back to file, and let's go to download, and let's click on PDF. Can you see? Then you click on export. Then our PDF is actually downloading. Now, if we open up our downloaded file, this is what we are going to see. Can you see? This is our spreadsheet. This is our data entry task. And you can actually work like this, like work on this, like, can I say practice it, but remove the emails and the phone numbers you get, so that you can actually use this as a sample for your portfolios of data entry. But make sure that you search for the right company, make it make sense. Don't just use this sample that I use to get. Like, you can search for real companies, but remove the phone number and emails. You can add other information to it as well, and you can actually use this as your portfolio as a data entry person. That is the simplest way in which you can actually kickstart your career as a data entry person. Now, another tools that you need to know how to use as a data entry person is ChatGPT. As a data entry person, you need AI tools as well. And I'm going to show you, see all this thing that we've disturbed ourselves trying to search and everything. ChatGPT can actually find it for us within how many minutes. So I'm going to be pulling up my ChatGPT for you, so that you can know how to use this very well. If you don't know what ChatGPT is actually an AI tools that actually help us to do whatever we want to do. Like, you can see it as a mini assistant. So for example, let's assume I'm looking for a top, like the one I said for the other time, top logistics company in Chicago. I can just come here and tell ChatGPT, like, find top 10 logistics company in Chicago in a table format or spreadsheet format, includes their name, website, location, phone numbers, and what else? An email address. And let's see what ChatGPT will give us. Because as a data entry person, you need to know how to use AI as well, because it actually helps a lot in actually making your life easier. Now it's telling us that the phone number is not available and the email is not available, but it is still working trying to search for the top 10 logistics company in Chicago. So let's allow it, load finish or finish loading. It actually gives us all these options, but I think we need to look for something more better to make more sense. So now I'm going to start all over again. I'm going to say search for, let's use restaurants for this one. Search for top 10 restaurants in, let's say, Tulum, Mexico. Includes the name of the restaurant, address, email, and website in a spreadsheet format. So let's see what this will bring. Can you see, this is the name of the restaurant, this is the address, and this is the website. So all you have to do now that you have all these things, remember ChatGPT can actually make mistakes. So you want to ensure that you make your research about this very well, if they are real or not. Just ensure you get, and the next thing you want to do is just to copy this. Just copy. You can click on Control C to actually copy. Don't mind me. Then come to your spreadsheet. You can actually create another spreadsheet here inside a particular spreadsheet, another sheet. So come here and click on what? And click on paste. Then remember, I drag, drag. Let's drag this one back to make it makes more sense. This is the address. I'm not sure the address is even right, but whatever, you get what I'm just trying to say. And this address is even too long for me. So remember what we did the other time. So let's just highlight this one. Remember what we did? We come here, test wrapping, wrap. So it's going to wrap all the address. Can you see? Do not forget. And if you want to add the headings, you know we do not have the headings. Just click on this number one, this one, and right click and click on insert one row above. Then you can now name it. So let's say name, address, and the website. Remember, double check all these websites and double check this address. I think this address is actually real. They look the same, but they are not the same if you look at it very well. Now, remember what we did the other time? We actually formatted it. So, guys, highlight this. Remember what we did? Come to this this border, click on all borders. Now go to format, click on alternating colors. Select any color of your choice, you see, and scroll down and click on done. Now let's bold the head, the or can I say the headings? Yes. Click on Control B and do what? You can actually increase. Remember, you can decrease. So it depends on what works for you. But the most important aspect is that you need to learn how to format your spreadsheet very well.
Now that you know how to do data entry, let's talk about where to find real jobs. And I'm going to share with you 4 beginner-friendly websites where you can apply for a remote data entry job and start working from home. The first one is called Remote Tasks. The second one is Click Worker. The third one is Amazon Mechanical Talk. The fourth one is Micro Workers. And number 5 is Sig Track. See, these platforms are actually free to join and you don't need any experience to start. All you need to do is just to sign up on those websites and start applying today. And you can land your first job within a week or two. But what I'm going to tell you is that ensure you practice, get better at your typing skills, get better with your Google spreadsheet, get better with your ChatGPT, and get better with your Google Chrome. So that's actually it for the full data entry course. So if you find this helpful, do not forget to do what? To like this video, subscribe, and drop a comment if you have any question. And I'll see you in my next video. You're welcome. Bye bye.